NYIT News Tonight is a community service of the New York Institute of Technology.
Covering the news of Nassau and Suffolk Counties, Long Island News Tonight with Ken Eckhart, Carol Peck, and the award-winning LI News team.
Good evening. I'm Ken Eckhart, and here's what's happening. Well, it's getting to be a regular part of our weekly routine. News that another snowstorm is heading our way. Snow is expected to reach our area around midnight and continue overnight into the early morning commute. But while you might think we've all had our fill of snow for this winter, many we spoke with today seemed okay with the news of another storm bearing down.
I wouldn't say I'm excited. It's winter. What are you going to do?
I hope they be prepared for it as they wasn't prepared for it last time.
I understand there's one next week again. So it's not as bad as the first one, and maybe having a terrible one first is good because 3 to 6, no big deal.
The kids are having fun with it. That's all that matters to me. That's it.
And as one person explained, if you're going to live on Long Island, this is what you have to expect.
It's all right. This is New York. This is New York. So, you go out of state, you get the hot weather, earthquakes and everything. This is what you stay in New York. This is what you get.
It's estimated we could see a snow accumulation of between 3 to 6 inches by tomorrow, and then a frigid weekend ahead. And the weather forecast had the town of Hempstead getting its heavy equipment ready today for the approaching storm. So reporter Nicole Stevens dropped by the town's highway department in Roosevelt this morning to check out what was going on.
Another snowstorm is heading toward Long Island, and the town of Hempstead's snow removal crews are already preparing.
Treat every snowstorm as we would every other one. Although each snowstorm is different in its personality, we like to go out and pre-treat our roadways before the snow actually comes down.
The commissioner says pre-treating the roads prior to the snowfall will help stop the snow from adhering to the roadway, making it easier for plows once the heavier snow arrives. This crew is also getting the plows and trucks ready before sending them out for the storm. They're tightening all bolts and chains and loading them with salt. But crew members say there's more to preparing for the storm than that.
The requirements are that we need to monitor the storm. Just because they're saying it's going to be 3 to 5 inches, that may change during the course of the day.
Well, you kind of got to get mentally prepared for it because it is every snowstorm's long.
And Hempstead town officials say they've got plenty of salt on hand and money in the budget to handle this latest storm to hit our area. Will all this preparation be necessary? We'll just have to wait and find out. In Roosevelt, Nicole Stevens, NYIT's LI News Tonight.
In other news today, federal prosecutors say 127 people are facing charges in one of the largest mafia crackdowns in FBI history. U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder said at a news conference today in New York City that the defendants include high-ranking members of the Gambino and Colombo crime families and the reputed former boss of organized crime in New England. Holder says the charges cover decades worth of offenses, including hits to eliminate perceived rivals, a killing during a botched robbery, and a double shooting in a barroom dispute over a spilled drink. Authorities say the investigation was aided by informants who recorded thousands of conversations by suspected mobsters. Authorities are investigating a house fire on Long Island that killed a 56-year-old woman. Suffolk County Police say the woman was pronounced dead early this morning inside her Mastic home. The Suffolk County Police Homicide and Arson Squad is investigating. Police say the woman's husband called 911 a little after midnight to report the fire. They say the Neptune Avenue house was engulfed in flames when firefighters arrived. A disbarred Long Island attorney has been charged with stealing more than $500,000 from a client by forging paperwork for 3 real estate sales that never happened. The Nassau County District Attorney's Office says 50-year-old James Kalpakis of Old Westbury was disbarred in September of 2009, but 3 months later continued to represent himself as an attorney to a client. The DA's office says the client handed over $1.6 million for the purpose of a purchase of 3 local properties. But instead, the DA says Kalpakis forged bank paperwork and kept the money. Kalpakis was arrested this morning and charged with grand larceny and possession of a forged instrument. Kalpakis faces up to 25 years in prison if convicted. And a Suffolk County businessman was sent to prison today for not paying $1 million in state sales tax over the last 8 years. The Suffolk County District Attorney's Office says 49-year-old Frank Procida of Bayshore is the owner of Procida Tile, with several locations in Suffolk County. DA Thomas Spoda says Procida pled guilty to grand larceny and offering a false instrument for filing for keeping $1 million in sales tax paid by consumers at his stores between 2003 and 2009. He reportedly has paid back that money, along with another $600,000 covering interest and penalties. He was sent to county jail today for a 30-day term and will serve 5 years probation. Sports fans can often be found sporting their favorite team's colors. And with the New York Jets headed to the AFC Championship this weekend, Long Islanders have been out shopping for sports gear ranging from key rings to jerseys, all in Jets green. John Santa Maria has the story.
The Jets are a win away from the Super Bowl, and Modell's customers have been shopping for all things green this week as the AFC Championship game approaches on Sunday. Here at this Garden City store, fans say they're buying gear for themselves and for others. Modell's management says items like jerseys, t-shirts, and sweatshirts are jumping off the shelves, and customers are very excited.
As the weekend gets closer, the fans come out, even up to almost the game time. They'll be here Sunday, afternoon shopping. And then if they make it to the Super Bowl, that'll even be another, big crowd of people.
Everyone here is planning to watch the game on Sunday, but this fan is hitting the road to root the Jets on this weekend.
I came here actually to buy some thermals. I'm going up to Pittsburgh representing New York. I'm ready to go. We're going to win on Sunday. 2017 JETS.
The store says this shipment of Jets gear will not be the last one before Sunday's big AFC Championship game.
We're getting merchandise in constantly. Throughout the week, we'll have more merchandise coming in as the game gets closer.
According to Newsday, Modell's has plans to reopen many of its stores to sell championship gear after closing time if the Jets win on Sunday. In Garden City, John Santa Maria, LI News Tonight.
Well, it was a down day on Wall Street today. The Dow finished the day down 3 3/4 points. NASDAQ was down 21 1/4 points, and the S&P was down 2 points. NYIT's LI News Tonight continues after this.
The Nassau Bar Association is offering a free seminar on planning with your aging parents at its headquarters in Mineola on Wednesday, January 26th at 7 p.m. For reservations, call 516-747-4070. The Roslyn Landmark Society kicks off its 2011 lecture series with Triumvirate, McKim, Mead, and White, Art and Architecture, Scandal and Class in the Gilded Age at Atria of Roslyn on Wednesday, January 26th at 7:30 p.m. For more information, call 516-625-4363. The One Who Laughs Lasts teaches breast cancer survivors how comedy cures at Adelphi University Alumni House in Garden City on Thursday, January 27th at 7 p.m. For more information, call 516-877-4325. Or check out Milton Avery and the End of Modernism at the Nassau County Museum of Art in Roslyn Harbor through May 8th, Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. till 4:45 p.m. For more information, log on to www.nassaumuseum.org/events. If you have an event you'd like included on the LI News Tonight community calendar, send it to linewstonight@nyit.edu.
Press play to start your future. Learn the industry. Use the technology. Become an expert in television reporting, journalism, radio, digital film, public relations and advertising, television production, digital graphics, a beautiful state-of-the-art campus, a road to the job you've always wanted, in the media capital of the world. Communication Arts at NYIT. When can you start?
In world news today, an Italian newspaper says more than 2,000 Italian women have signed a campaign telling Premier Silvio Berlusconi that not all women in Italy are pretty young prostitutes or showgirls. The campaign was announced today as criticism mounted against the premier over a prostitute scandal. Prosecutors have placed Berlusconi and 3 associates under investigation, alleging he paid for sex with a 17-year-old girl and used his office to cover it up. Berlusconi has gone on a media blitz to refute the accusations and denounce the prosecutors. The teen has said they never had sex. The flooding is continuing in Australia. Miles-wide walls of water today were surging across northern and western Victoria State, and another death has been confirmed in the wake of Australia's record rainfall. A surging river that flooded today isolated another community, straining a levee, serving as the main protection between the muddy waters and residents' homes. More than 3,500 people have evacuated their homes, and officials say the floodwaters in the region are the highest they've been in more than 100 years. The flooding follows weeks of massive flooding in that area, and the government says could be the nation's most expensive natural disaster ever. And the UN Weather Agency says 2010 tied with 1998 and 2005 for the warmest year on record. The World Meteorological Organization says average temperatures around the world last year were nearly a full degree Fahrenheit above average. The agency's top official says the measurements confirm the Earth's significant long-term warming trend. The World Meteorological Organization said in a statement today that the 10 warmest years since records began in 1854 have all occurred since 1998. Retail giant Walmart says it will reformulate thousands of the products it sells to make them healthier and push its suppliers to do the same. Walmart says it plans to reduce sodium and added sugars in some items, build stores in poor areas that don't already have grocery stores, reduce prices on produce, and develop a logo for healthier items. As the largest grocer in the United States, Walmart's size gives it unique power to shape what people eat, and it also has massive influence on products made by other manufacturers and sold at the stores. First Lady Michelle Obama, who has urged companies to make foods healthier to combat childhood obesity, joined Walmart in Washington today for that announcement. We had a partly cloudy day today. The high was in the mid-30s. Tonight, snow is expected with a low down into the upper 20s. Tomorrow, morning snow with a high only around freezing. Saturday, partly cloudy, a high in the low 20s. Sunday, partly cloudy, a high in the upper teens. And the outlook for Monday, partly cloudy with a high around 20 degrees. And that's it for NYIT's LI News Tonight. I'm Ken Eckhart. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.